Hey guys, Robin here, and welcome to another movie review. Today I'm going to be covering the 2002 psychological thriller slash horror film, 1 Hour Photo, starring the late but great Robin Williams. Now, thing is, much like Death to Smoochie, this is, this, 1 Hour Photo. It's a very rare occasion where instead of playing a wacky, lovable maniac, he plays a truly frightening maniac. And I actually think that his acting is a lot better when he's playing a broken character. Yeah. But anyways, 1 Hour Photo. He plays Seymour Parrish, no relation to his character Alan Parrish from Jumanji, um, who had been developing photos at a store called Save Mart, which is pretty much Walmart, um, for for the Yorkin family ever since they had their baby, ever since they had a kid. Um, and he wants to be a part of their family, and he wants to be and he wants to be a part of their family. And um and so they ask for 2 prints. He makes 3 of them, 2 for the family, and the last one goes on his, well, not even kidding, an entire wall of his apartment is almost completely covered in photos of his family. So he is obsessed with these people. But at first, and I mean the idea of 1 Hour Photo. The idea behind it is kind of creepy. You hand your personal pictures over to a complete stranger who develops them and gives them back to you, no questions asked. Oh, and for my younger viewers who may not understand, way before digital cameras were a thing, way before everyone had a camera on their phone, people would take a picture, people would buy a disposable film camera, and once all the rolls and no, and once all the film was used up, they would take it to they would take it to either a little booth, or a store would have a place to develop photos. It was 1 hour. Yeah, there was 1 hour photo, but they used to be like 24-hour photo. And this movie was made in 2002, right before digital cameras took over everything, and now 1 hour photos are no more. Which I kind of hope there is, because I have 2 cameras that haven't been that were supposed to be developed by at some point in 2008, but I'm hoping they can still be developed, and I can see what's on them. But anyways, so he's very obsessed with his family, but at first you kind of think, okay, maybe he's a little awkward. Maybe for example, there's like one point where after they're developing pictures, he gives them back, and he says to the kid, "So it looks like you had a fun birthday party," and he's asking all these personal questions, but you can tell that he doesn't know like how invasive it is to make it so known that he was looking at his personal pictures, and he even goes like into like a spiel, like he makes developing pictures seem like an art. Kind of like, for example, he says this. they think that any fool that attends a day and a half, that attends a 2.5 day seminar, can develop pictures perfectly. That's a terrible Robin Williams impression. Anyways, which is actually a bit of an in joke because Robin Williams actually took a 2.5 day photo developing class, and in his mind, he's built up the Yorkin family as the perfect family, and he even like says that pictures only show the happy side of things. You wouldn't take a picture of something that you don't want to remember. He also says that you take a photograph, you freeze time, kind of. So he takes his job like very seriously, and yeah, this also a bit of a hint. His boss in the movie is played by Gary Cole, who also played Lumbergh in Office Space. Now, at first he just now and he like it gets like a bit weird. Ooh, ooh, like for example, the kid wants this Evangelion figure. I apologize if I mispronounced that. I'm not my my interest in Japanese culture are differently versed. But anyways, uh, so yeah, Robin Williams is just and and like at first he shows up at this kid's soccer game with the toy that he wouldn't give him, and as he's talking to the kid, the kid's coach is like, "Hey kid, are you alright?" I mean, and I kind of like this. I don't know about this weird guy around these kids, and it later like gets and later on he finds out that the husband and he finds out later that the husband has been cheating on his wife, and that breaks the illusion. So he tries to dis it. He tries to destroy the family. Like he takes the mistress's photos that are evidence of him cheating, and he puts those into the photos into like the little like photo into the photo with the envelope that the kid gets them, and that's how the wife finds out about it. And he like comes by the house expecting them to like freak out, but she doesn't confront him. It's like, what's wrong with these people? And there's also like later like one bit like you see him like break into the house. He's like walking around, and he's like sitting on the couch watching a football game and having a beer. The family comes home. He has no way to escape. They see him, and the music builds and builds and builds until you find out what happens in that scene. Which, by the way, that's another thing I need to mention. This movie's soundtrack, it's very. This movie has, and well, not the soundtrack, the score. The score to this movie is very creepy, very unsettling, and it can get very, very tense. And it can get very, very tense. Now, now now he gets fired from his job because his boss had noticed that hundreds of prints are missing, and so that kind of sets Robin Williams off, and it escalates to the point where he tracks down the husband and mistress. He breaks into his hotel room. He forces them at knife point to like he forces them at knife point to get into fake sexual positions. And by the way, this is like a major spoiler, okay? So when I wave like this, I want you, if you don't want to spoil it, I want you to mute the video. And when I wave like this, that's when you unmute, okay? Okay, for those of you that have already seen this movie and have not muted, at the end of the film, it is very heavily implied that Cy Parrish's parents sexually abused him and took photographs of him for child pornography, which, goddamn, like, disgusting doesn't even begin to fucking describe that. But, like, but as he is taking pictures of them in fake positions, he's saying, it's pretend! It's all pretend! So you kind of get the feeling that he's parroting what his parents may have told him, so he didn't squeal on them, but I mean, yeah, and it's like, he's after this family because, like, he wants to be a part of a family that isn't so fucked up in the head, and, and the movie, like, um, and, like, later on, the husband is returned okay, but his lover, the cops find his mistress sobbing in the bathtub, traumatized. And also, at the end of the film, the movie ends with a picture of Cy Parrish smiling, and the husband has his arm around his shoulder, and he's smiling, the wife is smiling, and the kid is smiling. So you're kind of like left up to the viewer, like, did he eventually become part of the family, or is he just delusional? But in the director's opinion, I can't see the director's name because the 14A sticker is covering it. Um, but the film director thought that, but the director's opinion, and and by the way, the director's opinion is what I consider to be the canon. Is what I consider to be the canon uh, explanation, is that the family forgave Cy because all he was doing was trying, because they thought that he was trying to protect the family, so they just let him be a part of their family. Welcome back to those of you who didn't want spoilers. I'll give it very briefly. Cy had a very traumatic past, and he is in the role of what made his past so traumatic anyways. So yes, 1 hour photo. I highly recommend it. I mean, because I mean, like I said before, Robin Williams is better at playing a deranged mental character. Now, don't get me wrong, I believe he is fantastic at playing a lovable wacky maniac, like in Mrs. Doubtfire, Aladdin, Patch Adams, Jumanji, Good Morning Vietnam, etc. But he's even more better at playing a deranged lunatic, which is why Death to Smoochie, review of that coming next Wednesday, is my favorite Robin Williams movie. And yeah, like 1 hour photo. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. He yeah, and he actually does something that really freaks out his boss, which I'm not gonna spoil, but that's like ultra freaking creepy what he does. And so like, yeah, like at first you might think, okay, he's a bit awkward, he doesn't know he's being creepy, but by the end you're like, okay, this guy's a freaking psycho. And yeah, it's just like, it's just like really sad that, like like as you all know, Robin Williams committed suicide, and like, even though it's been almost 6 years since, I'm still not over it. I mean, like, for Christ's sake, like, my parents named me after Robin Williams. Like, my IRL name is Robin, and the last two letters of my last name are the same first two letters in Robin Williams' last name. See? Look. Just look. See? Look. Yeah. And it's just, yeah, my parents named me after Robin Williams, and for years and years, I was hoping that one day I get to meet him, but then he hung himself, and yeah, I kind of got depressed after that sent me into a deep depression, but I got out of it. It's just really sucks, you know what I mean? Like, if I could have made a list out of everything Robin Williams was capable of doing, at the top, most likely, bottom least likely, suicide would have been, like, suicide would have been so far at the bottom of the list, it would have been in the inner core of the earth, for God's sake. I mean, yeah, it's just, Robin Williams, I mean, national hero. God rest your, God rest your soul, Robin Williams. Anyways, yeah, 1 hour photo. I highly recommend it. Check it out. If it's not on Netflix, you can probably find it on Amazon Prime. Since it's owned by 20th Century Fox, you may or may not be able to find it on Disney Plus, which I kind of doubt since it's an R-rated movie. Thing is, like, there's freaking 14, there's like 3 different ratings here. See, look. There's R, you can't really see because, look, see? Yeah, like shiny, look. There's R, fucking hell. There's an R rating right there, and then 14A here. But under that, look, you look close enough, you can see that there's already a 14A thing there. So why they have to put a huge sticker that covers up the freaking director's name, I have no idea. But yeah, 1 hour photo. I highly recommend it now. And I will see you all on Sunday for Sci-Fi Sundays. Peace.